regions that get battered by wind. In October 2016, a fall storm brought gusts that topped 50 miles per hour to Portland, Oregon. But this pales in comparison to another storm that hit this area. Number 7 on our list, the 1962 Columbus Day Storm.
The Columbus Day Storm of 1962 is also known as the Big Blow for many people who lived in the area. This storm caused catastrophic damage, and unfortunately, tens of people lost their lives.
In order to get a storm this strong, this far north, up by Oregon and Washington, it takes a combination of events coming together that just doesn't happen very often.
The storm began as a typhoon named Frida, but transitioned to an extratropical cyclone as it neared the coast.
When it was a typhoon, it was getting its energy from the warm Pacific Ocean. But once it moved to the north, the energy to drive the system comes from the contrast of the cold air to the north of the jet stream and the warm air to the south. And then add in that tropical moisture, and you have the ingredients for a tremendously powerful storm. In this one, the pressure dropped to 960 millibars. That's the pressure like a Category 3 hurricane.
The storm took a track which enabled it to batter huge swaths of the Pacific Northwest.
The Oregon coast, the Washington coast, the Canadian coast near Vancouver, they were all hit by winds like they had never seen.
Winds measured in towns along the west coast were as high as 120, 130, even 138 miles per hour in gusts.
Meteorologists can only estimate the peak wind gusts because the instruments that measured the top wind speed were literally blown apart.
The force of 130 mile per hour winds is equivalent to a Category 4 hurricane. So this is incredible damage, destructive, even catastrophic damage in some spots.
The ferocious winds toppled between 11 and 15 billion board feet of timber, enough wood to build 300,000 homes, destroying more trees than were typically harvested in a year.
There were some areas that saw even 1,000-year-old trees that were blown down by the storm. The Columbus Day Storm is considered the most powerful extratropical cyclone to strike the West Coast in the past century.
In today's money, it caused upwards of $2.2 billion of damage and killed nearly 50 people.
This is the ultimate West Coast windstorm because of the incredible stats. The wind speeds that came from this, the damage that was done at the coast, and unfortunately, the number of lives that were lost.
Coming up, a motorcyclist has a deadly run-in with a furious windstorm.